I'm not a quilter, but it seems like intentionally trying to attract cats to your quilt while you're making it might hinder things a bit. I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited, and these are my picks of the week. We're going to start off with a new hotness, that is Calico. This game came out either earlier this year, maybe late last year, but we got very few copies, but we finally got a big restock. This game is getting press because it's got an adorable cat on the cover, right? And it's all about quilting, but in addition to making your own quilt on your own player board here, you're also attracting awesome cats to your board. And these cats are actually all based on real world cats. There's little bios of each of the cats in the rule book. It's just absolutely adorable. The gameplay is very straightforward. Each player is going to have a board, and you're going to take turns putting a hexagonal tile any way you like on your board. Then you're going to draw another one from the face-up pile, refill it, next player takes their turn. How you're getting points is through making combinations. So every game is going to be a little bit different, but one thing that's always in common is that if you can make combinations of the same color, so these quilt squares, hexes really, these quilt hexes have a color and they have a pattern. So if you can make a row, column, any sort of conglomeration of 3 of the same color, you're going to get a button of that color, and each button is worth 3 points. So you want to get a lot of buttons on your quilt. If you can do all 6 colors, you get a bonus rainbow button that's also worth 3 points. But you're also trying to attract these gorgeous kitties to your quilt, and those are what's going to change every game. Depending on the cat that you have out there, there'll be 3 of them. They'll have certain patterns that they like, because of course cats are colorblind, so they only care about the patterns. And if you can make that pattern, use those patterns in the particular configuration that they want. So some cats just want 3 of the same pattern. Some of them want 4, but they have to be in a line, various things like that. If you can do that, you attract that cat. You're actually going to get a cute cat token to put on your quilt, and they're going to be worth points. The harder the pattern, the more points they're worth. And then you're also going to have certain combinations on your quilt itself. So you'll have these hexes in there. They're going to say, if at the end of the game you have two sets of 3 of the same thing. So if surrounding this hex are 3 of the same color and then 3 of a different color, you're going to get bonus points. Or 3 of the same pattern, 3 of a different pattern. So you're trying to negotiate all of these things at once as you're choosing hexagons and putting them on your quilt. Very fast, super family-friendly game. You can play this just about with all ages, but it's got a good puzzly element to you as you're trying to figure out what to pick and what to place. Highly recommend you check out Calico. Next up, I want to talk about a new drafting game that came in. This is Dragon Parks. So this is a drafting game, think something like Sushi Go or Seven Wonders, but it uses clear, you're drafting these clear cards. So each person has 3 parks on their board, and you're going to pass around a hand of these clear cards. They're going to show various spots on your park that would be covered up. If you place this clear card on top of it, you're going to cover certain spots, and the transparency is going to leave certain things to come through. So you want to attract dragons to the different areas on your park. You're going to get points each round. Different colored dragons are going to get you points. Having the most of the blue dragons are going to give you some bonuses. But you're also trying to cover dragon eggs. If you cover a dragon eggs, it hatches and you get more visitors to your park. But you don't want to cover the angry dragons. The dragons that are already there, or maybe that you've placed later, if you cover those, you're actually going to lose visitors. And of course the dragons need to eat, so you're going to want a lot of sheep amongst your 3 parks, because at the end of the round you need to count up how many dragons you have. You're going to get the points for them, of course, but they each need a sheep to eat, and if they don't have one, well, they're going to eat whatever they can find, which means losing some visitors to your park. So very fast, maybe 15-minute game, good replayability, because each game you're going to have different cards that you're drafting. The order at which the different colored dragons are going to score change a little bit, but just a good fun game. I would say easily accessible ages 6 and up. That's Dragon Parks. And last up, I'm sort of on a family game theme. That's what I've been playing this week. No Thank You Evil. This is what I now consider a classic role-playing game introduction. This is a role-playing game for families, particularly families with young kids. This is an RPG you can play with kids as young as like 4. As long as you've got some imagination, you can play this game. So in No Thank You Evil, the players are kids. They're actually playing actual kids who when they go through either under their bed or through a secret doorway in their room, enter the land of Storia. And in the land of Storia, they've got an I Got Your Backpack that talks to them, gives them advice. It's got all sorts of tools for them. They've got their squirt gun, they've got their map of Storia, and they go on adventures. The game is very easy to teach to people, even if they've never played role-playing games. Very easy to GM. It's got 4, I believe, pre-made stories in there, and once I ran through those 4 pre-made stories, it's very easy to come up with stories on the fly. Just a ton of fun. There's actually ways to complicate it a little bit more, so even if you've got different ages playing, one player can use the simplest rule set, make their character very simple, where the others get to add adjectives and things to their character that give them special abilities. But all you're rolling is a single 6-sided die anytime you need to make checks, so it doesn't have complicated tables or anything like that. Most of it is about the imagination. So one of the things you could do, if one of the characters is trying to make a check, maybe, I'm trying to climb this ladder, trying to get to the top of this ladder, but I want help. Other players can spend awesomeness tokens to help them, but of course they need to explain, tell me how you're helping them. So it really triggers the imagination, gets you into this idea of storytelling. That is No Thank You Evil. And there's a ton of extra add-ons, extra stories, lots of cool cards, so that help with the imagination that they have the characters. Each player also has an animal companion, so you can have pictures of those out there. Just an all-around good time. If you're looking to get some young kids into role-playing, definitely check out No Thank You Evil. Okay, those are my picks for the week. Please come on down. We'd love to answer any questions about these games. Pick one of them up, go home, and unbox some fun. I'm Kylie at Games Unlimited.